Did you know that Alberta gained over 50,000 new residents from other provinces in just 1 year? That's like adding a whole new town overnight. But why are so many Canadians packing up and heading to the prairies? Stick around, because we're about to uncover the surprising reasons behind this mass exodus. It's not just about oil anymore, folks. Alberta's got a whole new bag of tricks up its sleeve. We're talking job opportunities that'll make your wallet smile, a cost of living that won't have you eating ramen every night, and a quality of life that'll make you wonder why you didn't move sooner. But here's the kicker. This isn't just about people moving. We're looking at a shift that could change the whole game for Canada. I'm talking economy, demographics, the works. So if you've ever thought about ditching the big city life, you might want to pay attention. Alberta might just be the next big thing, and you don't want to miss out. Before we start off, I just want to kindly ask you folks to please subscribe to the channel if you like what you see. It is the absolute best way to support the channel. And hey, don't be a stranger. Leave a comment, let me know what you think. I read every single one. Your engagement truly makes a difference. Okay, back to it. Alberta's economic boom. Now you might be thinking, Alberta's just about oil, right? Wrong. There's a new kind of gold rush happening in the prairies, and it's turning heads across the country. What if I told you that tech geeks and farmers are the new oil barons? Yeah, you heard that right. Alberta's not just riding the oil wave anymore, it's diversifying faster than you can say economic boom. Let's break it down. While other provinces are struggling to keep their economies afloat, Alberta's been busy cooking up a storm in sectors you wouldn't expect. We're talking tech, renewable energy, and agriculture. It's like they've taken the traditional Alberta playbook and tossed it out the window. Take the tech sector, for example. Calgary's been dubbed Silicon Valley North, and it's not just because of the mountains nearby. The city's seen a 22% increase in tech jobs over the past year alone. That's faster growth than Toronto and Vancouver combined. And these aren't just any jobs. We're talking high-paying, future-proof careers that are drawing in talent from all over the country. But wait, there's more. Remember when we used to joke about Alberta and green energy? Well, the joke's on us. The province is now leading the charge in renewable energy projects. They've got wind farms popping up faster than prairie gophers and solar panels covering more ground than cowboy hats at the Stampede. And let's not forget about agriculture. Alberta's not just growing crops, they're growing an entire ag tech industry. From precision farming to vertical gardens, they're revolutionizing how we think about food production. It's like they've taken the family farm and given it a high-tech makeover. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's great and all, but what about the jobs? Well, hold on to your hockey sticks, because this is where it gets really interesting. Alberta's job growth rate is outpacing the rest of Canada by a long shot. We're talking about a 5.2% increase in employment over the past year, compared to the national average of just 2.7%. But here's the kicker. It's not just about quantity, it's about quality too. The average salary in Alberta? It's sitting pretty at $61,865 a year. Compare that to Ontario's $55,524 or BC's $53,416, and you start to see why so many people are packing their bags for the prairies. And it's not just the private sector that's booming. The Alberta government is pumping billions into infrastructure projects. New roads, schools, hospitals, you name it, they're building it. It's like they're playing real-life SimCity, and every new project is creating more jobs and attracting more businesses. But here's where it gets really wild. All this growth, it's creating a snowball effect. More jobs mean more people moving in. More people mean more demand for services. More services mean more jobs. And round we go. It's like Alberta's created its own economic perpetual motion machine. The housing crunch. Alberta's Advantage. All this growth is great, but let's talk about the elephant in the room. Housing. You know how they say, home is where the heart is? Well, in Alberta, it's also where your wallet breathes a sigh of relief. Ever wonder why so many Canadians are trading their big city digs for prairie life? Picture this. A spacious 3-bedroom house with a backyard big enough for a hockey rink, all for less than what you'd pay for a cramped condo in Toronto or Vancouver. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, in Alberta, it's just another Tuesday. Let's break it down with some numbers that'll make your eyes pop. The average home price in Toronto? A whopping $1.2 million. Vancouver, even worse at $1.3 million. Now brace yourself for this. In Calgary, you're looking at an average of just $550,000. That's less than half, folks. But it's not just about buying. Renters, listen up. While you're shelling out $2,500 a month for a one-bedroom shoebox in downtown Toronto, you could be living large in a two-bedroom apartment in Edmonton for around $1,200. That's like getting an extra paycheck every month just for choosing Alberta. Now you might be thinking, what's the catch? Well, hold on to your hockey sticks because there isn't one. Alberta's got something that other provinces are running out of fast: land. And lots of it. While cities like Toronto and Vancouver are hemmed in by lakes, mountains, and protected areas, Alberta's cities have room to grow. And grow they do. But it's not just about space. Alberta's got some smart cookies in charge of urban planning. They're not afraid to build up and out, creating new communities faster than you can say affordable housing. And get this, these aren't cookie-cutter suburbs. We're talking about well-designed neighborhoods with all the amenities you could want. Now let's chat about something that's giving homebuyers in other provinces nightmares: foreign buyers and speculators. In places like Vancouver and Toronto, they've been snatching up properties like hotcakes, driving prices through the roof. But Alberta, they've mostly steered clear, keeping the housing market more stable and, you guessed it, more affordable for everyday Canadians. But here's where it gets really interesting. Remember how we talked about those higher salaries in Alberta? Well, combine that with these lower housing costs, and you've got a recipe for financial freedom that's making people from coast to coast sit up and take notice. Think about it. If you're spending less on housing, suddenly those financial goals that seemed like pipe dreams start looking a whole lot more realistic. Saving for retirement? Check. Starting a business? You bet. Taking that dream vacation? Pack your bags. It's like Alberta's created this perfect storm of opportunity. Higher wages, lower living costs, and housing prices that don't make you want to cry into your maple syrup. No wonder people are packing up and heading west faster than you can say stampede. But here's the kicker. This isn't just about individual prosperity. This housing affordability is changing the whole game for Alberta. It's attracting young families, skilled workers, and entrepreneurs. It's creating diverse, vibrant communities, and it's setting up the province for long-term growth and success. Quality of life, more than just numbers. So Alberta's booming, but let's get real. Is it all just about money and houses? What if I told you that relocating to Wild Rose Country could give you something even more valuable than a fatter wallet? We're talking about quality of life, folks. And in Alberta, it's not just a buzzword, it's a way of life. Let's start with something we all wish we had more of: time. In Alberta, you might just find yourself with an extra day each week. No, they haven't invented time travel yet, but they've done the next best thing. Imagine swapping your soul-crushing 2-hour commute for a breezy 20-minute drive. In Calgary, the average commute time is just 26 minutes. Compare that to Toronto's 34 minutes or Vancouver's 30 minutes, and you're looking at hours of your life back every week. But what are you going to do with all that extra time? Well, in Alberta, the world's your oyster. Or should I say your Rocky Mountain oyster. The province is an outdoor enthusiast's paradise. You've got the Rockies in your backyard with world-class skiing, hiking, and mountain biking just a stone's throw away. And let's not forget about those prairie skies. They're so big and blue, you'll feel like you can see forever. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's great for the weekend, but what about everyday life? Well, hold on to your hockey sticks because Alberta's got you covered there too. The province is pumping serious cash into healthcare and education. They're building new hospitals faster than you can say universal healthcare, and their schools are consistently ranked among the best in the country. But it's not all just practicalities. Alberta's undergoing a cultural renaissance that would make even the most hipster Torontonian sit up and take notice. Ever heard of Alberta is Calling campaign? The Alberta is Calling campaign had a massive presence across Canada, but it was particularly inescapable in Toronto. Torontonians couldn't avoid it, no matter how hard they tried. The food scene is exploding, with Calgary and Edmonton giving Vancouver and Montreal a run for their money in the culinary department. And the arts? Let's just say the days of Alberta being all about rodeos and oil rigs are long gone. From world-class museums to thriving local music scenes, there's always something happening. Here's where it really gets interesting. All these factors are creating a new kind of Alberta Advantage. It's not just about lower taxes and higher wages anymore. It's about a lifestyle that lets you have your cake and eat it too. You can have a successful career and still make it home in time for dinner with the family. You can afford a house with a yard and still have money left over for that skiing trip you've always wanted to take. And it's not just individuals who are benefiting. This quality of life is attracting talent and businesses from all over the country. It's creating vibrant, diverse communities where innovation thrives. Tech startups are popping up alongside traditional industries, creating a dynamic economy that's built to last. But perhaps the most surprising thing about Alberta's quality of life, it's the sense of possibility. There's a feeling in the air that anything can happen here. Maybe it's the wide open spaces, or maybe it's the pioneering spirit that's always been part of Alberta's DNA. Whatever it is, it's drawing people from all walks of life who are looking for a fresh start and a chance to build something new. The new Alberta. What it means for Canada. So, what's the deal with everyone moving to Alberta? It's not just about the money, folks. Sure, the jobs are plenty and the paychecks are fatter, but it's the whole package that's turning heads. Affordable housing, shorter commutes, and a lifestyle that lets you actually enjoy life. No wonder Canadians are packing their bags faster than you can say poutine. But hold on a second. This isn't all sunshine and oil rigs. More people means more demand on services, and Alberta's going to have to keep up. And let's not forget about the culture shock. Imagine all those Toronto hipsters trying to fit in at the Calgary Stampede. Here's the million-dollar question. How's this going to shake up Canada? Could Alberta become the new powerhouse of the Great White North? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, Canada's landscape is changing, and Alberta's leading the charge.